An interesting plant, Marcus. What do you think? My brother told a nice story today on Facebook. It is a gorgeous day today. We might get some thunderstorms later, but it's kind of iffy. We're actually very dry. This meadow is the only place I ever see bluebirds. The only place I've ever seen them in my life that I recall. And these woods over here is the only place I've seen the scarlet tanager. Anyway, my brother was telling a story about his childhood. He was packing his lunch, and he was packing some Keebler fudge stripe cookies. And it brought back a memory of his living on the farm. Well, not living on the farm, visiting the farm, my grandmother's farm. I might have to get a picture of that for Instagram. Be right back. My mom was sick a couple of times in her youth when she had small children, my older brothers and sisters. My eldest sister was born in 53, and then my brother in 54, then my next sister in 57, and my next brother in 58, and then my last sister was born in 66, and I was born in 67. In the 50s, before I was born, my mom had two serious illnesses. One was tuberculosis, where she had to be put into a tuberculosis sanitarium for a while, and she had a part of her lung removed and had to be in recovery. Another time she had, I always forget what it is, either meningitis or encephalitis. It's the brain thing, illness. And she was in the hospital and had to relearn to walk and all of that. But she had my four young older brothers and sisters at home. And my dad had to work. So when she was ill, our grandparents would step up. And they would take my older brothers and sisters. And so my brother's story had to do with that, staying on the farm, my mother's parents. And as he was packing his lunch, the fudge stripe cookies reminded him of being there at the farm as a child, because my grandmother would buy cookies, and it was the only time that he remembered ever having store-bought cookies, because my mom always made everything from home. And he said how good they tasted, the Keebler fudge stripes. And when they were gone, my grandmother would give my brother and sisters the plastic tray that the cookies come in, and he remembered how he and my sister would go out and make mud pies with the plastic tray, and how much fun they had just spending hours with each other, some water, some dirt, making mud pies until Grandpa and Uncle Charlie came in for lunch. And his comment was about what a great childhood he had and the simple ways that we used to have fun back then. When I'm out here and I hear some of these bird songs, it reminds me of the field, of the country and the farm. There was a story in the news, I actually saw it on Facebook, that, oh look, the raspberries are coming out. Either raspberries or blackberries. We've got them at home too. That's a farm bird. There was a story that Waukegan, the lakefront, a former contaminated with asbestos piece of property. It used to belong, I believe, to Johnson Mansville. I forget how it's called. They've been cleaning that up for several years, and they're almost done with the cleanup. And a pair of endangered birds are nesting there, and they're protecting them. I liked that story. I liked that they were protecting them and were mindful, and I guess there was a mating pair in a nest up north at Illinois Beach where we walked by the lake, and I guess the male got killed by a hawk. But one of the chicks, I believe, they said, was tracked. Where was it? It was like somewhere down in the Gulf or something, where they go for part of the year and then they come back up here to nest, I guess. And so they're really happy that a pair has come back to Waukegan on what used to be a contaminated site. It's just a nice story. An unnice story of environment. Look at the wild grapes. No wonder there were Bigfoot tracks found here. It's a lot to eat. There's an apple tree there with apples growing on it. There was another news story about, here's milkweed for the monarch butterflies. I think that's what that is. Is that what that other plant was then? The leaf didn't look like milkweed. The story, not good, I guess. The currents in the Atlantic. What is that one called? The jet stream, is it? That never crosses the equator, I guess has now crossed the equator. It's like an unheard of thing. And scientists are all frantic because this is something, I guess, very dangerous and unheard of. They're saying now that the seasons may be unpredictable. That it's some, very, very dangerous sign of global warming, environmental trouble, that this current has gone wacko and there's no longer the barrier or whatever it is that keeps it where it's supposed to be. I didn't read the entire article, but I think somebody in there said something about might not be any more winter, or that the seasons might be unpredictable or something. I don't quite understand, but I guess it's something serious. It's odd times we're living in. I just can't get over how people are voting for Donald Trump. It boggles my mind that people are that stupid, that they think he's a good candidate. Anyway, nothing else to talk about. I'm just blabbering. Bye.